friends, this is Pavan Kumar. Are you interested in Java and don't know where to start? You are watching the correct video to start Java coding even if you don't know C or even basics of C or Java. Okay, now let's start. The basic terms you need to understand before executing a Java code are class, packages, method, object, and variables. Okay, in this video, I will cover these topics overview and show you one simple example on how to write a Java code. Okay, to begin with, let's see what a class is. According to Google, a class is nothing but a blueprint or a template for creating different objects, which defines its properties and behaviors. Java class objects exhibit the properties and behaviors defined by its class. A class can contain fields and methods to describe the behavior of an object. Okay, now we don't know what exactly this mean, but in simple context, a class is a logical entity. That's it. One more thing about a class is in real time, class is just a .java file. And coming to the package, the Google definition of package is a Java package is a mechanism for organizing Java classes into namespaces similar to modules of a modular. Java packages can be stored in compressed files called Java files, allowing classes to download faster as a group rather than one at a time. Okay, we don't see what it is. Let's simply say a package is a folder which contains all .java files. A particular project's .java files we store in a folder, and that folder is called the package. That's it. That's enough for our beginners right now. And let's move on and see what a method is. A method is a set of code which is referred by the name and can be called at any point in a program simply by utilizing the method's name. Think of a method as a program that acts on data and often returns a value. Each method has its own name. Okay, what it means is if we have group of statements which can be repeated, like if we want to reuse some repeated statements in order to reduce our code size, we will use methods. While coding, we can see more about what methods are and their declarations and syntax we can see later on. And coming to object, as we discussed earlier in context of class, objects are real-time entities. Like after giving some inputs to the class, we'll get an object outside. That is like objects are states and behaviors. Example, a dog has states, color, name, breed, as well as behaviors. Waving the tail, barking, eating. An object is an instance of class. A class can be defined as template that describes the behavior or state that object of type support. That's it. A object is a instance of class. From class we can get the objects by feeding the characteristics of class to it. And coming to the variables, variable is a name of memory location. There are three types of variables in Java: local, instance, and static. Let's leave about the different types of variables now. To understand, a variable is a memory location. Whatever the values we are giving in a Java code, that will reside in one memory location. Whenever we need to access that memory location, we simply use a variable to get that memory location. And moving on, let's see one example of what we have discussed till now. Let's see, there will be many Java online editors, and now I am using compiljava.net online editor. Let's see a basic example in Java program. Now what you are seeing is a simple Java program with very few statements. Let's see. The first statement here is import java.lang.star. This is a default package which we are importing. This contains several Java classes. Whenever there is a need, we will import each statement or we call that statement from our program. This is the importance of import statement. And moving on, public class hello world. This is the declaration of a class. We discussed about class earlier, that it is a group of characteristics or characteristics of particular entity. And without a class there is no Java program. And this is one of the this is the syntax of class. Public is access modifier. We'll discuss this later on. And class is the syntax. Class is the keyword used to define a class. Hello world is the class name. The naming conventions we can discuss later. And this is the these two are the opening brace and closing brace of a class. All the statements inside these braces will belong to this class hello world. Now moving on, public static void main string args. This is the main method. The program execution begins from this method. And we'll discuss this later in our next videos. And for now, just remember that our program execution begins from main. Public is access modifier. Static is a static keyword. It has a very deep lecture. We'll discuss it later. Void is the return type of this method. And this is the syntax. These two braces, the statements inside this braces belongs to this method. Let's declare a variable. Let's declare a string variable because we want to display some message. Let's declare it as string message. And we'll initialize that variable with the declaration of string is double quotes and a semicolon. Ends every statement in Java ends with semicolon. Now message, welcome to the world of Java. This is the message, string message I have given. And now if we want to display this message, we can display by using one default method, system.out.print. As I said, every statement should end with a semicolon. And this will not display anything because we didn't pass any argument. Now that we want to display our message, I am passing my message argument to it as an argument. Now let's compile this and see whether this is working or not. And after compiling, it's successfully compiled. And let's see the output. Welcome to the world of Java. This is the output for our program. Now let's see, if we want to pass one more argument to the system.out.println method, we can declare one more variable like string user equal to Pavan. And we can pass two arguments to this method by just separating them with plus symbol. Now see, I am giving this as user. Now let's compile and see what will it happen. Compile and execute. Getting compiled. Error. Reach end of file while passing. High error. Let's see what happened to it. Hi. Here is some unwanted text in our code. That's why we had an compilation error. Let's remove this high and see whether it is working or not. Compile and execute. It is executing. Successfully compiled. Welcome to the world of Java, Pavan. Here we did not got any space between Pavan and Java because we did not given any space in this statement. Let's give a space and see what will happen here. How to give space? We can pass one more argument by using plus symbol, and we can directly use a string literal here, and this is a space. Let's compile and see what will happen. Now compile. Compile successfully, and it had run. Welcome to the world of Java, Pavan. This is it. And this is the simple Java program to display something on the console. And see how many steps we require. It requires only seven to six statements, 6 to 7 statements to display one message. What we have done, we have created one class, and by default this is one method which is required to run a Java program, and we taken one string variable. For that we have feeded some text, and another variable we feeded another text, and then we have populated it on the console using system.out.println statement. Now there are many things in this to learn, like what is system, what is out, what is println print, and what is this java.lang, what is this public static void, and what is this string args, what are these braces, and these all we can learn in next videos. And thanks for watching. Thank you. Signing off, Pavan.